So I saw this video. This guy was talking about how what big dating doesn't tell you is that if they communication is obviously key, right, in a relationship. But the thing is like what he was saying was that if they wanted to, if they really fuck with you, they really fuck with you like that, like they're gonna put in more. They're gonna put in the effort to engage with you, right? And I just had this thought while I was listening to him, and I was like, what what does effort mean? What does effort look like? You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, what does it look like? What does it mean? You know what I'm saying? Like why is this like different people have different levels of effort. Like for me, I've had this situation. I've had to deal with my self-esteem for my whole life. My self-esteem is, it, if I'm being real, if I had to put a number to it, it's definitely like it used to be in like the negative 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like in the negative. It was in a negative 20s. It was bad, right? It wasn't low. It wasn't like negative 100. It was like 20s. You know what I'm saying? And then like now mine is probably like out of 100, I'm probably at like six, 30, 40. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at like a 30, 40%, 30, 40 out of 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm up there. I've improved, right? But what I'm trying to say is that my version of uh, putting in effort is simply me sitting, like this is a person and I'm standing next to them and I'm talking to them and I'm engaging with them, right? As opposed to me sitting or standing over here away from everybody just looking at everybody, right? So if I'm doing that to you and I'm interested in you, I'm more likely to be standing closer to you, to be trying to get close to you, right? um Simply because I am a physical person. I but and the problem is I've had this conundrum in my head for the longest. It's like I am a physical person, but I'm also a man. I present myself as a man, right? I identify as a man, right? A black man in America, right? So that means that the problem is when dealing with women, uh, I feel like from what I've seen online, I'm not sure how it is for everybody else, but for stuff I see online when people talk about it, they be like, a man that says his physical touch is his first is one of his love languages, run. It's like, but like that doesn't affect every guy who loves physical touch. I like physical touch, okay, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to just be okay with overstepping your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? But but I understand. I understand completely why that mentality is there. I'm not even going to judge it. It doesn't matter what I think. I'm just a guy. The women have their opinions because the women have experienced it enough where they all have collectively agreed that this is a true enough fact, right? It is what it is. So I, as a man, now have to think like I'm constantly watching. Like I try to stay as aware and as aware of um, the the landscape. I try to be aware of the landscape when it comes to dating, men and women, romance, friendship, interpersonal relationships. I try to stay as aware if there's a new like trend going on within the generation that I'm in, like Gen Z, or something like that. And I think it's honestly fascinating. Um, but yeah, honestly, like I just what's effort? What does effort look like? Like what does effort truly look like to you? Right? Like because effort, like I said to me like earlier, effort to me is just really like the one of the lower points of effort is me standing next to you. That's bare minimum. right? I want to be around you. Like, that's bare minimum, right? If I don't want to be around you, I'm not attracted to you. It's really that simple. Right? If I'm now, there's a difference between me not thinking about being around you versus me not wanting to be around you, right? Because sometimes if my anxiety is too bad, I could not want to be around you. It doesn't mean I don't like you, right? But if I'm not even trying to engage at all with you, right? That's for I'm a pansexual, so this is for men and women and trans people as well. So like, I just gotta like you enough to be around you. It's really that simple. Like, so it's just a question that I think I have in general for the internet is like, what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does effort look like? You know, for you, right? Like, what does it look like? How do you gain that effort? Or how do you express that effort? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to show effort for somebody they love, but like, how does that express itself throughout your, um, you know, throughout your life? So yeah, um, I'm putting this up on my YouTube channel, not my main channel, my secret channel, where I just sit there and I just upload random videos of me yapping like right now. I'm probably gonna do that more. To be honest, I'm probably gonna do more of those. Cause I want to yap. I low key just want to yap, and I want to put it somewhere. I'm just gonna put it up on YouTube at this point. I'm just gonna yap. I'm just gonna yap about shit, bro. I don't know. Cause like, why not? You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to put it on my main channel because my main channel is movies and TV shows and anime and stuff like that. My gaming channel is obviously my gaming channel, right? But this channel, I can talk about anything I want. Anything. Yeah. A lot's happening in my life. So I'm trying to stay on top of everything. You know, I've actively been engaging in my college, right? Um, excuse me. I've been engaging in college. I'm at the community college, Cosumnes River College. Shout out the Cosumnes River CRC type shit. Um, but Hawks, yeah. I was trying to think of their mascot, the Hawks, the Hawks. But I don't know. I'm engaging in the black community, in at least in my city, at least in my city. You know what I'm saying? And engaging and just seeing where everybody is in my generation, and seeing, understanding where the mentality is, at least in this city. And I'm there's a lot of stuff that I'm planning on trying to do. I really want to do. I think it'd be really fun, but I gotta get funding. I gotta get I gotta get funding. I gotta get possibly donors. I gotta get a space to put everything I want in it, and that's gonna be a journey to because what I really want to get to, where I really want to go, is to have just a space, a creative space, right? And I have this is our current plan that we are actively doing steps towards, right? But the end goal is to have a space, a creative space where people just come in and be creative, do what they want, make what they want to make. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun, enjoy themselves because they just want to be creative. They just want to have a third space where they can just be creative, right? And then at that third space, I want to have my space, like me, like a space for me as Isaiah Senku, and then I can do what I want up there, and that hopefully it could be multiple stories, so I can have the first story, the first floor be like the creative space, and the second floor would be like my space where I film my stuff, and then yeah, and then I could be like also like that's kind of what I'm thinking in my head. I think that'd be really cool. Because honestly, like I don't see, saying I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? Like I have connections. I have people that I know, and and I really want to get this done. Honestly, I'm 26 right now, and I'm 4 years from 30. Four. I'm 4 years from 30. Right? And that means that I have to. That means I gotta lock in, bro. Like, honestly, it means I gotta lock in. It means I gotta lock in. Because I have at least a year left in college. I'll be 27, probably almost 28 when I graduate. So, yeah. Yeah, some doctors, like, if a classmate of mine from high school went to college the same time I did, or went to college when I should have went to college, which was when I was 20, right? That's a 5 year gap. Somebody from my high school went to school for 5 years, while I started last year, right? And somebody's about to get out next year. Somebody's about to graduate when I graduate, and they've been in school for 6 years. I don't know. It's just like, damn. Like, I'm be real with y'all. I'm gonna be so real with you. I went to school. I started going to school for film, digital media production. I've honestly, I don't know if I want to finish this 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 degree, bro. Like, I low key want to switch paths to something else, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, should I? Should I really switch it to a different degree? Like, I might have to finish this degree, right? And then come back to school later for something different. If schooling is even going to be the same in the next year or two. I don't even know what's going to happen to the country in the next year or two. So like, thinking about this just feels kind of pointless. But at the same time, you kind of have to think about it just in case it does happen, right? But if it doesn't happen, well, well, I have plans for that as well. I'm not gonna share you those plans, but I do have plans for that as well. I have plans for damn near everything, almost. Some things require money to plan for, which sucks. You know what I'm saying? I feel like like you should be able to plan for any opportunity or anything in your life. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, some situations you just can't, because that will require you to have a firearm, and I'm not putting a firearm in my house. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting that energy in my house. I promise you I'm not. Now, I'll learn to use it in case the situation does come up where I have to use one, where I have no choice but to use one. I'm much willing to learn it, but to keep it in my house, I got I got actual, like, martial arts weapons to use for that. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a sword. I got katanas. You know what I'm saying? I got kunai. Like, I got. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, it's just really fascinating to think about that type of stuff. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. This is my morning. It's 10 at 10:12. Oh man, I wish that I looked more feminine. You know what I'm saying? Is that crazy to say? I don't know. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but I do. It's a truth that I have. I do feel like it, like me being like all, you know what I'm saying? Like all that extra stuff, like that's just not really that natural for me. It depends on my mood, really. Like sometimes I'd be having like a just let me just you wanna know this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it feels like that, but it's not like a like it's weird because like thinking about it, like I don't actively try to engage in the fem side outwardly. Sometimes obviously it will slip out because it's like that's who I am. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I cross my knees when I sit down sometimes. I just have to be in the mood for feeling that way and wanting to do that at the time. And sometimes I just don't feel like doing it. Sometimes it's extra effort. Sometimes it really is extra effort to act like that, or not even act like that, but to just let my body do what it wants. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm just chilling. This is the natural pose for me right now, right? And my pose changes depending on how I feel. I don't think people. I want you guys to understand something. My emotions, how I feel, affects my whole body. I think it affects everybody's whole body, partial potentially. But for me personally, as me being very as self aware as I am, which being self aware has its own pros and cons. So if you wish you were more self aware, I understand. You should be more self aware, but at the same time, it's a gift and a curse. I'm just saying. Empathy plus self awareness, dangerous combo. I'm just dangerous. Dangerous combo. Holy shit. Being empathic and also being self-aware of your own actions and how your actions affect other people plus how it affects you internally, as a black man in America, that's mind-blowing. I'm just saying. like I'm very aware. I'm very aware that not very aware. I can't say that. I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. I'm not a black woman in America. But it seems like this is a common thing. Like if me having this revelation in my brain is a thing that women probably already thought of. Black women specifically probably already thought of. They've been thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how true that is, but I'd like to take a wild guess and assume that they already thought about half the shit that a lot of black men think about. Because the thing is, like a lot of black men are raised on the mentality of the patriarchy, right? It's that simple. They're raised on the mentality of the patriarchy because that's what it means to survive as a black American, right? Either you're going to buck the system or you're going to engage in the system in a way that keeps you alive, right? That's the simple fact of the matter, right? So, and because of that those survival tactics become your thought process, right? When it comes to situations that aren't related to that thing that you were raised, right? So it seeps into everything, right? That mentality seeps everywhere into your brain. And patriarchy is one of those things that just is a silent, toxic mentality, and it's really hard to break free from while you're living in a country that is actively like engaging in patriarchy and succeeding in some ways, right? Like collectively, most men in America are in some way, shape, or form like using the patriarchal mindsets to their own gain in some way, shape, or form, me included. I can't like I can only do so much, right, as one person, right? And I saw a video. Someone was talking about there's different types of men that like when it comes to being like an abuser or an assaulter versus being an ally and being an active like being a guy that actively is trying to make sure that to stop men from abusing and stuff like that, right? Like there's a gradient, right? There's a gradient there. There's a lot of men who are in the middle, right? Who allow other men to be abusers without realizing that they're enabling that, because they don't even understand what enabling is, because they weren't taught that from a young age, right? And that's by design. This is by design. Can we all agree this is by this design? Like the educational system was made by somebody who wanted to benefit from patriarchy, who was actively benefiting from patriarchy. So their mentality is going to be what? Based in patriarchy. So then now they come up with the educational system. They may not be for the idea of banning books or being as bad as it kind of is right now, or like as bad as it could be in like a science fiction book or whatever. But like their mentality that certain things have to be taught over other things, as opposed to just teaching everything, right, as much as possible, right, and teaching the basics of humanity, because here's the problem that I have with the educational system. I'm rambling. Last thing, and then I'll let you go. Okay, last thing. Here's the problem with the educational system, right? The educational system is one of those things where you have to be educated to realize how bad the education system is. You have to understand how, like for me, I'm a big proponent of understanding how systems work, right? I like to understand how systems of just things work. I like to know how systems work. I like to know where's the starting point, right? Who made the starting point? Why is the starting point this way, right? And how does that trickle out among the rest of the system and all this stuff? I like stuff like that, right? That's why I like fantasy. That's why I like sci-fi. That's why I like writing books. That's why I like movies, TV shows, because it's the freedom to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can freedom to make up your own system and then find out what happened in that system to make the story happen. Anyway, the point is, what I'm trying to say is that me figuring out how the system works, or the educational system works, was because I wanted to figure out how the educational system worked, right? I was curious. And then you realize, when you start finding out, like, when you start putting two and two together, because the thing is like, you can't research one thing and then not research something else, right? You have to find out both sides of the... You gotta find out. Because there's going to be truth. There's going to be truth that's going to be omitted from one side because they support education in the way that it's acting right now. And there's other people who don't support it in the way it's acting right now, who are going to be seen as whistleblowers, who are going to be seen as crazy or conspiracy theorists or whatever, right? But sometimes those people have a very legitimate reason as to why they are saying this. But the problem is that people, the culture around America is really against the idea of whistleblowers. People don't like the fact that Mr. The sky is falling over here is yelling and telling people that the sky is falling, even though he can clearly see, and everybody can clearly see, that the sky is falling. Why are you telling us the sky is falling? Stop telling us that. Stop telling us that. The system's working exactly how it's supposed to work. Don't stop telling us that. Right? I'm just bringing it up. I'm not saying I like conspiracy theories simply because I like to, you know what I'm saying? I like to see the behind the scenes of certain things, you know, and sometimes you get a glimpse of that when you dive into conspiracy theories, right? You have to learn certain things. You have to figure out that this is the way the system is built, right? This is a fact of the matter is that the system is built this way. But the problem is that because the system is built this way, there's going to be effects off of that system. There's things are going to happen because that system is built that way. Because humans are human, and humans respond to the things that they don't like in their brain. That's just how humans work. They don't like it, they're going to respond differently so that outcome doesn't happen, right? So people are going to be reacting to this system. The point is, the educational system is not truly educational. It's not unbiased, right? The educational system is biased, but you have to learn your unbiasedness through that bias that the system has made for you. And like the system will teach you to naturally be biased towards things. That is the educational system, to be biased towards pro-American logistics and logic, when that's not really how it should. That's not how education should be. But you get the point. Okay, that's all I gotta say for today. I could keep yapping, to be honest, but I might just come back tomorrow and make another one where I just yap again. Okay, because this actually, I kind of need this. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of need to do this because there's so much built up, and I just don't want to post like these type of videos on my main channel. And I don't want to make a podcast either, because I did that before and then I lost the account. So now that podcast is just there. It exists. You can look it up. Just look up my name and type in podcast, and I'm pretty sure it'll pop up. I just can't get into the account anymore. I don't know how to get back into the account. But there's a good bit of episodes. I made a lot. So if you're curious about that, and you're already on this, if you're already on this account and you're watching me off of this account, you're in the what's it called, the behind the scenes of Isaiah Senku, the content creator. So like, go ahead and watch the podcast, listen to the podcast. You might I'll just say, like I said, I'm yapping just like how I'm yapping on this, but I'm saying, I don't know if some things are gonna come off insensitive or not on that podcast, because I was just yapping. It was like 1 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, me just talking. You know what I'm saying? So like, you might get offended, you might not. I don't know. I don't know. Anything could offend you, for all I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who you are. I don't know who's watching this. Right? So, yeah. Just, so go check it out. Go look it up. But if not, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know. I don't really I don't really do these. I don't do these. I don't actually, which is interesting. I don't do these, but I want to do them now because I kind of want to just yap about shit and just hope that nobody from my school finds these videos. Because the reason is, I'm yapping again. But the reason is because they're probably gonna bring it up at the school, and I'll be like, yeah, I do YouTube, yeah, and I gotta talk about my YouTube, when like YouTube low-key feels like a secret identity, almost, not really, but like almost, you know what I'm saying? It used to feel like that. Feel like I gotta keep my internet and my real life different. Honestly, I've gotten to the point where I just don't care as much. I still kind of care, but not really. So yeah, if anybody from school finds this, what's up? How you been, dog? Shake my hand. Type shit. But yeah, don't tell anybody. Well, you can, but like, what do you gain? What do we gain from this? This is just literally just me yapping. Like, you don't gain anything from telling people that I'm making this video. You know what I'm saying? Or that I posted this video on a burner account. But yeah, I don't, honestly, it is what it is. Do what you want to do. Please do what you want to do. It doesn't even matter what I say. Do what you want to do. I want to see what happens when you do what you want to do. Do you want to be messy? Go ahead, be messy. I support it, queen. I support it. I say queen, but you could be a man. But a man can be a queen. So, clock it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Whenever I make them. Probably one tomorrow. I don't know. Well, anyway.